Okay, hope everybody's doing really well. Glenn Stein, Realty Executives in Ocala. Hope you're doing well. It is a Friday, and we're in the middle of December. We're going to be giving you a market update. We're going to be talking about what's happening in the market right now in Ocala, Marion County, which obviously includes Bellevue, Summerfield, and some other outlying areas, Denellen as well. So if you're thinking about moving to the Ocala, Florida area, or planning on moving from Ocala, this is something that you want to pay attention to because we're going to be talking about some things that are happening right now and what's going to be happening in the future. So the first thing I want to show you, actually, we're going to look at, it's interesting right now because a lot of people are thinking, if you look at some of the national surveys right now, they're basically saying that a lot of people don't think it is a great time to actually buy. So it's always really fascinating to take a look at that. So if you are if you want to look at this here, right? Do you think it's a good time to buy? A lot of people are saying it's not. 32% are saying it's not. It is a good time, versus 65% a year ago, and then February of 2020, basically 70% of the people said that it was a good time to buy. And of course, look, we know what happened early part of this year, 2021. Prices went crazy due to incredible demand, record-setting demand, and we had several thousand properties on the market in Marion County. And right now we're looking at just 983 properties on the market, and we've seen that fluctuate over the last couple of weeks. So that's something that that has really impacted not only pricing but also demand has been there. It's waned a little bit from its peak back in June, July of this year. But what we have seen is that demand has waned a little bit, but inventory still remains low, which is something we'll take a look at in a minute. The last thing I want to show you on slides and what we're seeing, right now, and maybe even projections into next year, I think it's a really important thing to look at, and that's going to be interest rates. So when we're looking at interest rates, this will give you an idea of what we're seeing. So currently what we're seeing is mortgage rates. This is what Freddie Mac, obviously people familiar with Freddie Mac, 30-year fixed rate. Where are they going? So this actually gives you from 2018, the last several years, we almost touched 5%, and that was right around the early 2019 mark. And then since 2019, the interest rates have gone down. And 2019 was actually a little bit of a slower time period. A lot of realtors were getting nervous because there wasn't a lot of activity going on. And since that point, interest rates have gone down. And looking at early part of 2021, or sort of low in 2021, and then some other lows this year as well. So this gives you an idea. Over 3, we're about 3.1 in many cases, depending on credit. 3.2 is what they're expecting, and then stair step 3, 4, 5, 6, but still wouldn't be that bad. I mean, if you look at it, we're basically looking at maybe a return to part of 2019 numbers, and somewhere in the middle here it'd be right there. So really fascinating to see what's going to happen there. Obviously, interest rates will have an impact. They normally do on the marketplace for sure. So that is something to pay attention to. What will happen is we're not going to see a market crash, but we are going to see some sort of maybe a tapering off, a little slowing down of the marketplace. That's why this time is actually a really good time to sell. And ironically enough, and I showed you guys these slides maybe a couple of weeks ago on the affordability factor. The affordability factor, even though the prices have gone up because the interest rates are low, they're also making it favorable to buy. So it's really a fascinating dynamic. I hate to say, one of my least favorite things to say is like, it's a great time to buy, it's a great time to sell. It's only a great time to buy and sell if you have to, or if you really want to, right? Like I always look at it from that standpoint. So the other thing I want to share with you is the situation on, we're going to look at currently what's going on the 7-day numbers, which is 143 active new properties coming on the market in Marion County, 22 price reductions, 98 price decreases, which means that sellers have been pushing the envelope, and now there's a little bit of resistance to that, and they're saying, okay, well, I'm not getting my home sold, so let me lower the price. 45 back on the market, meaning something happened with some kind of inspection period, or the buyers couldn't get financed or change their minds. Sold or closed 194, which is a very typical number of what we've seen in the last 4 or 5 months. 7 expired listings, 245 properties went under contract. That tells you the demand is obviously still there. 245 different homes went under contract in the last 7 days in Marion County. So it's still a very, very brisk marketplace. It is a very vibrant time in real estate. Still, it is it's a favorable time to sell, and still it's an okay time to buy too. I think you can actually get into some properties. I've given this advice to several people in the last couple of weeks, where you may want to make an offer on a property that might be just a little bit above your price range. They might come down just a little bit because they've been pushing the envelope on price, and if it's been on the market for more than 3 weeks, folks tend to get a little bit antsy, which is so funny and interesting, because typically we're used to having a property back in the day, 3-4 years ago, before 3 months, 4 months would be very typical. And now we're looking at a market where 3 weeks is a long period of time. So if you have questions, you can always connect with me at you can text me or call me at 352-572-3796, 352-572-3796. I'm the broker owner here at Realty Executives. We've been in this market. I've actually lived in Ocala since 1995. Have worked this market for many, many years. We've been in existence since 2004. You can also visit our site, buymidflhomes.com, as you can see, for the latest properties. And please subscribe. That would be absolutely fabulous. I'd definitely appreciate it.